SMT Nation, we back. We got two stories here to cover in this video. Both will be linked in the description. Starting with the first from Fierce Wireless, dated today, August 18th, at the time of this recording. Verizon named the biggest loser in AT&T promo melee. All right, this is interesting here. Verizon shares down this morning after the Wall Street investment firm MoffettNathanson downgraded the stock, saying Verizon has been the quote biggest loser in AT&T's steady series of wireless promotions. I will say that AT&T does seem to offer the most competitive promotions to get people to switch to them on device promotions. Also, retaining customers has been something they've been really good at because they offer the same deals to those to stay with them, existing customer deals. AT&T has been on a very aggressive path for the last couple of years, and over time, it has really helped them with churn, subscriber growth, and they really have become I would say, the growth leader in the industry, even beyond what T-Mobile has been able to produce. And Craig Moffett of the Moffett-Nathanson Group, discussed their coverage forecast and wrote about it. All right, and when these guys speak, the investors listen. So here's some of the commentary from it. No clearer now than it was then. The biggest loser in the strategy hasn't been AT&T. It has been Verizon. A lot of people say that it's AT&T because the cost to acquire customers is very expensive. They don't know if it's sustainable. Apparently it is here. Verizon has done the best to avoid being dragged into AT&T's promotional abyss, but their efforts have been met with only limited success. They've seesawed between periods of promotionality, financial constraint, optimizing neither. They've been in no man's land, guys. Sometimes they do a promo, then they cut bait, then they get rid of it. Then they say they don't want to be a part of it and it's not sustainable, and then they jump back in. So they're on neither side. They're kind of on the fence. And I've said that 1 foot in, 1 foot out approach has led to indecisiveness, something we don't really characterize Verizon as having, which kind of makes us feel uneasy about their place in the market. Moving on, speaking about the T-Mobile and them reigning supreme. MoffettNathanson loves them some T-Mobile. They speak very highly of them. They're a recommended buy. Unlike Verizon, which I'm sure is a sell for them in this instance. AT&T is probably a hold, maybe a sell. So it's important to kind of note the source here and the bias that could be involved here. T-Mobile increasingly recognized for having the industry's best 5G network. It's not just about network speed either, saying network coverage and reliability are deemed better in third-party analysis as well. I don't disagree with that. I think that's pretty accurate. They went on to speak to recent developments in the network. Big FCC wins for them in the upcoming auction here, talking about the 2.5 gigahertz spectrum, where they can share up their N41 5G UC, the 600 megahertz spectrum, solidifying their low band spectrum depth with their N71, their extended range 5G. Now kind of putting owners' economics on their side, not leasing it from the likes of Columbia Capital and other firms that hold it. And Verizon's on the outside looking in in all of this. They have been a bystander through everything. AT&T has been growing. AT&T has been keeping customers, gaining customers, and T-Mobile continuing to solidify their network and gain customers, and Verizon nowhere to be found. Not to say that Verizon won't build out a good network. Obviously, we know they have impressive build strategy, and they have started to execute the CBRS millimeter wave C-band piece. But you guys can see the investment side, people putting their money into these companies. It looks like they're starting to really just have faith in a couple here. Here's some price target information here. The MoffettNathanson analyst downgraded Verizon to underperform, right? So they I don't know. The last I checked, I think Verizon was in the mid 40s. They got them at a revised price target of 41. So that would be likely a drop of another 6 or 7%. They are already down from earlier this year. I think in January they were probably in the low to mid 50s, and they'll continue to be downgraded. AT&T, their price target got dropped to 17. That's unusually low for a company that they say are growing, down from 19 as a price target. I think AT&T is around $18, and then for T-Mobile, they're going up. They had them at a price target of 165. They're boosting them up to 174. Okay, so that's their take on it. Okay, That's what Moffett Nathanson is saying. And if you're looking at this, if you're looking at their price targets and you take them to heart, T-Mobile's at like $146. They're targeting 174. That's a lot of room to run. Boosting them up 18 plus dollars on a share. According to them, that's where you should be putting your money. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you see things the same way? Do you think that their estimates and their price targets are accurate? Do you think that these are wealthy people. These are very smart people. Who knows? Maybe they're trying to sway the court of public opinion or whatever. But I will tell you guys, a lot of the stuff in here is fact. Verizon not being involved in promotions, Verizon not being involved in market competition, AT&T being aggressive in the promotions, T-Mobile kind of just keeping the momentum going, right? And it's all paying off in the form of investments. All right, so this is an interesting take here. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Comment down below. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard on that. All right, next story. Lumen, Verizon bag over 1.5 billion in DoD contracts. All right, now Lumen Technologies and Verizon are two very different companies doing very different things. Some of their business segments actually do the same thing. Verizon, from what I understand after reading this, they've been landing lots of contracts, very valuable ones with government contracts, and those are money in the bank, right? The DoD, we've seen FBI contracts for Verizon, we've seen DOJ contracts, we've seen a bunch of different things here, and Verizon's coming in here looking to spoil Lumen's fun, as Lumen was able to get a contract here with the U.S. government, and I think that they're kind of like protesting the deal, and so what's officially called a challenge with the GAO or Government Accountability Office, they'll be bidding or doing a bid protest, and I guess they've got 100 calendar days to work through this, so there'll be a ruling on it. But Verizon did decline to comment why they filed the challenge. Uh, I don't know. Verizon has been bagging these deals. Maybe they're trying to get back into this. 28.3 million for a naval contract. I know they just recently had the one with the FBI valued at 400 million. There were a couple other contracts from earlier in the year with the DoD for infrastructure and networking on different bases and different services and facilities. So I know Verizon, it's all doom and gloom all the time. Everybody says negative things, but we have to respect the fact that they just continue to shine when it comes to government contracts. They're trusted. They've got the pedigree, and they are above reproach when it comes to working with those entities and agencies. Comment down below on this story as well as the previous one. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Patreon page, my Twitter, as well as my Gmail address for all business inquiries. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Peace.